I got into my car and smelled a putrid smell. And then I figured out what it was.
Let's talk about that.
Good mythical morning.
We count it a privilege that you want to spend time with us. And I count it a privilege that we get to spend time together, Rhett.
Really?
Thank you for making us a part of your daily routine. Yeah, really.
You're a good friend.
I mean, this is a this is a privilege, you know?
It is.
There are people who aspire to do this type of thing, and we're already doing it. And I'm thankful. And it's not even like Thanksgiving. That's how large I'm living.
Well, I'm proud. I'm proud.
I'm glad that you're proud of me.
I'm loud.
That's what I was looking for.
I'm loud and I'm proud.
I just want you to be proud of me.
Okay, I've got a problem in my neighborhood, and I'm going to tell you what that is via a story that illustrates that problem.
Gather round.
Now, I kept my children this weekend, as you did. Our wives were off gallivanting at a mom's conference. Mm-hmm. and we had to be the dad, the what do you call it, Mr. Mom?
We had to be the dad that they've always wanted us to be.
And I did what I typically do when I take care of my children. I used a bargaining chip throughout the weekend, and that was I knew that my son Locke wanted to go to Toys R Us to get a particular Nerf blaster that he does not think is available at Target. And so as soon as I found that out, I used that.
That's the carrot.
Yeah. So I was like,
looking for that carrot to dangle.
Anytime I wanted him not to do something, listen, guys, we're not going to go to Toys R Us if you do that. Anytime I wanted him to do something, I'd be like, listen, if you guys don't do this, you're not going to Toys R Us. It worked very effectively throughout the weekend. I recommend it to all fathers everywhere.
It's psychologically sustainable form of parenting that I don't recommend to anyone. It's got to be a healthier way, long term.
My last, the way I used it last was, we want to get the house completely clean. In fact, cleaner than my wife left it. So when she comes back from this conference, she's had some time alone, some time away from the kids. She doesn't have to come back to a house that
chaos.
Yeah, right. It's a house that is just impeccably clean. So I used that. It took about 3 hours, but I was able to use that to get to a point where the house was very, very nice. Then she shows up, actually, before we get to go to Toys R Us. So then Shepard, he's 5, so he sees his mom. He's like, can I stay with mommy instead of go to Toys R Us? That must be how bad of a parent I am, is that he wants to see mommy, who he hasn't seen in 2 days, instead of go to Toys R Us.
Yeah.
But Locke, of course, is like, Dad, we got to go to Toys R Us. I got to get the so-and-so blaster because of the capacity and the so-and-so, so-and-so. He uses his Nerf speak. So I'm like, okay.
And you're like, son, that was just a ploy to get you to obey me.
Grow up. It was, but, I like to reward him.
Oh, so you actually were going to take him to Toys R Us.
Oh, yeah, the whole time.
Good.
So we go out to the car, and we get in, and I get in the front seat. I drive the car because I'm the adult, and Locke gets into the back seat. You may wonder why I'm giving you this detail, and that is because as soon as Locke got into the car, and I just got into the car, we were both overwhelmed with a very putrid is the best word that I can come up with, smell.
Like a high, kind of a sour smell?
Just nasty.
When you think of putrid, that's what I think
nasty and high, some sourness. Yeah, it was nasty in lots of different ways. It had a lot of complex layers to it. And then we did it, the first thing that you do when you get into a car.
Like a good wine.
And you smell this, I said, did you fart? I asked my son that. And he's like, no, did you? So this is standard procedure at this point. You blame each other for farting.
This is called bonding in my house.
And when we both determined that neither of us had farted, because we would openly admit if we did, that's how we do it in my family. We brag about it. If you can make noise, it's great. But that was not what had happened. And then the next thing we went to is, well, there must be something in the vent, because the vents were on when we cut the car on. Something died in the engine, or you speculating. And then as I'm thinking about what could be causing this smell all of a sudden from those vents, Locke says, Dad, I think I stepped in cat crap.
Well, you think you did. You either did or you didn't.
So I lost it a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, wasn't a great parent. I look back there and I see it. And the reason I lost it is because, I get out of the car and I go around and open it up and I see he's got it on his shoe. He's got it in 4 or 5 places on the back mat there. He's got it on, now this is the McLaughlin family car, so we got like jackets on the floorboard. My jacket, Shepard's jacket, both got poop on them. I don't know how in such a short period of time he was able to get the poop in so many places.
It's like he gets into a car with his foot like this.
Yeah, he's feeling his way in.
It's like his eyes are closed, and he's like...
He has covered several articles of clothing and lots of the seat and everything. Is poop everywhere. I'm like, whoa, this is like a lion-sized turd that got on his shoe and was deposited in the car.
Lion cat crap.
And I was like, Locke, stop! Get out of the car before you cause any more damage. And so then I get the jacket, and I get the shepherd's jacket, and I get the floor mat, and I'm walking with all this stuff up to the house to take it back. I'm gonna go around the back, but I'm gonna go. I was kind of losing my mind a little bit, and I go out to the door, and I try to open the door, and the door is locked. And then and I've got stuff in my hands, and so instead of ringing, I actually had nothing in this hand. Instead of ringing the doorbell, I start hitting the door. I'm like, open the door! And then, if you don't know about my house is adjacent to a park. And this was a Sunday. And so there were lots of people out in the park playing volleyball. When I realized just how loud I had just banged on my front door and yelled, open the door, I realized that I look over and the volleyball game has stopped. And they're all like, is this guy like breaking into this house?
You're like, cat crap!
And I'm just like, I had nothing. And I just...
Carry on!
Jesse comes, opens the door. I go in, I'm like, there's cat crap everywhere. Okay, anyway...
You don't even own a cat, may I point out.
That is the point of the story. I wiped my jacket off. I cleaned Shepard's jacket off, and we started cleaning. And Jesse threw the doormat in the washing machine. The reason I was so mad is because I pointed this out before on Good Mythical Morning. Is that my neighbors feed cats in our neighborhood. They feed stray cats, feral cats, I like to call them, wild cats.
Do they also train them to poop in your yard?
They poop in my yard all the time. They have several places in my yard that they have chosen to poop. And I've established this before. I tried to get rid of them with some cat repellent, and they came and sat in the cat repellent and looked at me. And but now when you go through my neighborhood, as I'm coming home sometimes, I'll look and there's a cat. Literally, one time I came home, a cat in every single person's front yard. Just a wild cat in every front yard on both sides of the street.
Because
10 cats.
This neighbor is attracting all of them.
They feed the cat. They think it's cute to feed feral cats, stray cats. Now, you know me. I'm not into this. I don't like this. I experience no positivity from the presence of the cats in my neighborhood. You can call me an animal hater or whatever. These are not pets. These are feral cats. They're pooping in my yard. They actually
pooping.
The poop was in the neighbor's yard. Who feeds the cats? Who makes the problem happen?
They don't care.
Because we had to go through their yard to get to the car. So the question is, because Locke says, Dad, you need to go talk to the neighbors. You need to just go talk to them about the problem.
And you're like, well, you do it. Did he do it?
And I said, son, the reason that I'm not going to go talk to the neighbors is because I don't think we're going to live in this house for too much longer. And I feel like there's no good solution to the problem.
Because could you see the level of respect just drain out of him for you?
No.
As you were saying this?
Because I said the only outcome is that I'm going to go and I'm going to say, I think that we as a neighborhood should band together and get rid of the cats.
Petition. So you're going to make a petition?
But if I do that, I'm like the guy in Russia who's getting rid of all the stray dogs. I'm the devil all of a sudden, right? Because I don't like animals. No, I don't like poop. And there's the poop all in my yard. And so I feel like this is a no-win situation. I feel like I'm going to just deal with the poop. They're going to continue. In fact, I saw kittens all over their front steps. Kittens. So we're talking unneutered, unspayed cats breeding, and the feral cat population is growing in my neighborhood. I don't know what to do. I'm visibly upset.
I can tell. I'm looking at you.
I feel like I'm just going to be the bad guy if I say that something needs to be done, because you know it's going to be done.
But
they're going to come round the cats up and take them somewhere and kill them.
That's the beauty of a petition, is that it's not you. It's if the community has spoken or not.
You think I should start a petition?
Yeah. I don't know how many ways to say it, Rhett.
You want to write it for me?
Start a petition.
You want to write it for me?
It's pretty easy.
You want to write it and take it to everyone's house?
We want you to get rid of these cats because they're pooping up our neighborhood, and then just put the less you say, the more room there are for signatures.
And then I take it to the neighbors who are the source of the problem?
No, you take it to every other neighbor to sign the petition.
Oh. And then take it to them.
You just leave it.
Look how many people have signed this petition. Here's your blank space for your signature.
Or strap one to every cat, like a monitor.
Every cat has a petition. It would get around the neighborhood really quickly that way.
Yeah.
It would be in everyone's yard.
Sign this if you don't want me to keep crapping in your yard. It'll get back to the people who feed me.
Okay.
That's what you should do. Attach signage to every cat. Leave a comment if you have a better idea. You know what time it is.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I'm 12 from Bowling Green, Kentucky. And this is my good Mythical Morning mug. It's time to spin the wheel of Mythicality.
If you like to network socially in the same place that your mom really likes to, then you should be following us on Facebook.
Also, click through at the end of this video. I'm going to give my review of the Lego Movie. Lego Movie. Lego Movie.
I haven't seen that. Link becomes a gorilla. Class, right here I have a specimen. He is a silverback.
Silver. What?
He speaks like a human. Well, no, now he's getting more into character now. That's right. Yep. You'd be surprised that a guy like this could have anywhere from 7 to 10 wives, and I know he doesn't look that impressive, but he really has a way with the ladies.
Ladies. Out of 5 stars, 5 being perfect, how many stars do you give it?
I give it like a
Oh, wow, this is good. This got really interesting all of a sudden.